Next up, Greece, Finland. Our MC is John McDonald.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the action. This is day 2 of the Betway World Cup of Darts. Brought to you by
Next up, Greece, Finland. Our MC is John McDonald.
Live on Sky Sports. And we welcome the millions of viewers joining us around the world. Day 2 of Frankfurt, Germany. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Greece take on
party time, Friday night, Frankfurt. Greece against Finland. You'd think the Finnish pair of Viljanen and Kintella would probably have too much fun.
You would have thought so, yeah, because Veneman he's played with John Michael before in a team for Team Greece, but they're really is the least experienced of the four. These are playing together, Team Finland, for the fourth time, for the fourth year running, and they are normally consistent, but not quite good enough to threaten the big boys. But they've got a pairing in the Greeks that I think they can beat, and the bookies do too at 1-2.
John Michael, big character.
He's fantastic to watch. You want him to hit the ground running and get into it, because once he starts hitting the big scores, he lets everyone know.
He gets the crowd going, doesn't he?
He'll get his partner going as well.
Rod Studden, Rod Harrison, commentary. Evening, boys.
Yes, thank you, Dave. And make you right here, Wayne. I think the Finnish pairing just got too much consistency. They've been around quite a while, and they will have played pairs quite often together on the WDF side. But over this short distance, Rodders, anything can happen. If you hit the ground running and get a couple of legs up, then you can put your opponents under plenty of pressure.
Yeah. Seen some strange old results over the years. Singapore were the giant killers last year, and tonight they've won again, although this time much more expectedly against New Zealand. Gareth and Paul Lim getting the job done in our opening game, and now Greece against Finland. Well, Kim Viljanen and Marco Cantelli, as Wayne was saying, have played together 4 years running in this competition. They've had various pairings. Jani Haavisto we've seen playing, Jarkko Komula as well, and they reached the semi-final in 2013, that pair, and knocked the Dutch out along the way.
Well, Finland, many years back, was a strong country for darts. Helsinki used to host the Finnish Open, and there'd be thousands turn up from all over Europe to play in it. Died a little bit of a death throughout the 90s, but it's starting to come back throughout Europe now. Not only in Finland, Sweden, Norway. I think in the next 5 years we're going to see a huge increase in the participation of these countries.
This is a very good start from the Finns to leave 62 after a dozen darts, leaving the Greek pair in their wake. Simonidis here actually lives in Germany.
67. Finland Uruguay 62.
.52 left, 32 left, double 16 for the first leg. Excellent leg. Finished off by Cantella.
It's Greece to throw first.
Yeah, absolutely perfect start from the Finnish duo. 15 dart first leg in pairs. Absolutely brilliant.
26.
Now, John Michaels, in his game, he may put himself under a little bit of extra pressure. We know what he can do. We've seen him for years now in the World Championship. He's a good dart player. but he probably thinks, I've got to do a little bit extra here as the captain. And that may just tighten the grip up a little bit, and may take him 2 or 3 legs to get into his stride.
And Michael, 3 times participant in the PDC World Championship, losing in the first round every time, but could have been a bit lucky with the draw, losing to Ian White, James Wade and Alan Norris, who he had under pressure. Ultimately lost 3-2. Had a run to the last 32 of the UK Open, John Michael as well. It was last year. Also famed for his dancing routine. Not quite as lithe or supple as Dimitri Van den Bergh, but nevertheless entertaining, Big John, isn't he? Good fun.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's as supple as Dimitri, as we'll see later on. It's a strong pair in him and Kim Huybrechts, but Kim Huybrechts can find some form of a few years back when they could be extremely dangerous.
Well, absolutely, and they'll play the winners of this game, Rod, as well. If they beat Ireland, that is, of course. Well,
that's a tough draw, tough pair in that. Really, 4 good players up against it. I'll tell you what, again, after 9, the Finns only want 180, and this. I mean, when you talk about solid throws, look at this throw.
100.
I think in cricket you'd call it down the line, and it's just straight back, straight forward. No movement at all apart from the arm. Pretty perfect, to be quite honest.
Finland Uruguay 80.
Well, to go 2-0 up. Another single would leave the double.
40. Uruguay 53.
Well, can Veniamin Simeonidis level the match? Well, he's going to have to find a 7, which he has, but only 1 dart at double.
Uruguay 40.
For a 2-0 lead. Oh, well, now it's 7-7. Oh, perfect third dart from Finland. Sees them go 2-0 up, and that was a breaker throw, so complete control early on here.
Well, the smile from John Michael said it all, because Kim Viljanen's wild dart at double 10 ended up in single 6, and yet caressed it into double 7. Absolute sickening for the Greeks, because your mind is telling you that he's thrown such a bad dart, second dart, that the next one can't possibly hit the double.
Well, that's exactly what you do think, and especially the first one was a good half-inch lower the double top as well. And you're thinking, oh, we've got a chance here, and then all of a sudden, of course, that puts you on the back foot. You're still thinking about it by the time you come to the hockey again, and all of a sudden, things don't look so good. You don't find many players that play on the 19s. He certainly does, and at the moment, finding a few of them.
These two, as Wayne was saying prior to the match, have played as a pair, the Finnish pair that is, 3 years running, but they have not got beyond the first round. They've lost in a last leg shootout twice, once to South Africa and once to Wales, and also lost 5-1 to the Welsh. So they're attempting to win as a pair for the first time here at the World Cup of Darts. And they're well on course.
34.
The thing is that the Finnish pair have got to keep the pressure on, though. I mean, it's still early on in the game, and if Greece can peg this leg back,
41.
To level on the breaks, they're going to have to break the Finns again to win the match. Well, another one of those will help.
99. Uruguay 170.
Oh, and it's there for John. Go on, John, go for it, man, go for it.
431.
And he could have just left tops or double 16, but why not throw with a bit of pizzazz?
Yeah, I totally agree on that sort of situation. But he's done him a favour by getting the 11 to leave 39, because he can go 7 and have for the 32 and the 16 just above it. So it's a good breakdown. Oh, well, he's missed the 7, so it's double 10 now. Double 10, it is. 17 dart leg, tiny leg from the Greeks. Let's put them back in the game.
Well, we've seen some funny old finishes in the last couple of legs, haven't we? As John gives thanks to some darting deity. 2-1. Well, we saw a 19 for double 10.
96.
From Simeonidis. And in the previous leg, we saw Viljanen with 2 in hand go 6 for double 7. So a couple of accidental leaves of odd doubles.
97.
But hit nevertheless, and they're back in business, the Greeks.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Simeonidis can just keep pegging that treble 19, John Michael to do the big scoring. However, Viljanen is going to fill it up here, and I said about that throw looks pretty good, and it certainly worked for those three.
Spring-loaded darts of
100.
Marco Cantelli with that hypnotic effect. If you watch them too closely, they could send you dizzy.
John, that would always put me off if that was kept springing like that. Well, this time Simeonidis has picked up 2 treble 19s.
24.
4 trebles he's hit on the trot, 14 for bullseye.
99. Reach require 117.
Yes, quite right, Rod. 180 from Viljanen on his last visit himself. And then almost taking out the 1-2-4 on his next turn. No finish. No real setup from John Michael. So,
Uruguay 25.
Marco Cantelli with every chance to make it 3-1. Double 4 now.
17.
Well, Simeonidis likes those treble 19s. One of those would leave him a nice double 12. John Michaels didn't do him any favours by leaving him with the 81. He needs 12 for bullseye now. Oh, the little red bit in the middle.
41. And then Uruguay 8.
Well, they've missed 4 darts to win this leg, but that is the end of it.
If they get Finland to throw first, game on.
A 2-leg buffer for the Finns. I'll call it the flying Finns, but nevertheless floating along quite steadily. 2 legs away from a place in round 2 for the first time for this particular pair.
59.
Yeah, it was a crucial leg, that, wasn't it? It was worth 2, to be quite honest. But John Michaels, experienced as what he was, not hit a real bad score. Even if he'd have left the 79-78. So he got the 3rd dart of the double. And you got an outside chance. However, 3-1 up are the Finns, and
46.
a holder throw here puts them 1 away. And you would say unassailable.
We've already seen Singapore win tonight in the opening match.
57.
And following this game, Northern Ireland played Poland, Hungary, South Africa, Belgium with Kim Huybrechts and Dimitri Van den Berg take on the Republic of Ireland. England with their new pairing, Cross and Chisnell. And then right at the end of the evening, the hosts, Germany, and then the Netherlands, the Dutch starting dream team of Van Gerwen and Van Barneveld, ready to strut their stuff. Almost didn't play at all. Van Gerwen, he had the bad back last year, it made no difference. And talking of making a difference, a second maximum of this match, Kim Biljanen.
Well, that
82.
was out of some darling book that I don't know of, and he hasn't done John Michael any favours. So 6 starts from 116. He's going to need at least another visit from Biljanen. It's a good last start. The last thing you want is to leave your opponent outside the third dart at the double.
Well, a choice here now for Kim Biljanen. Will he go straight at double 19 or will he split it?
Looks like it's a 6.
Double 16. Why is it? Double 8. He's played well, Biljanen. Is it the 2 maximums we've seen so far? He's just mopped up there. That start in hand for a 4-1 advantage.
Yeah, that's sensible thinking, Rod. I mean, obviously the double 16 is better than the double 19, but you know, when you're playing pairs, you're thinking, well, if I do miss the double 19 with the first 2, then split it. So I'm leaving my partner wrong shots, or if I put 3 low, and that's when you start to make mistakes and end up letting your opponents back in the game. However, Biljanen and now Kentelly hits his first maximum, and they're on their way for a second round match.
Kentelly joins the party. Top Marco.
95.
Looks like a comprehensive win for the Finns. Well, now then. Oh, he's just found the wrong treble. Had it been in the green bit, it would have been 144 for a 9-dart leg, which we have not seen at the World Cup of Darts in pairs play.
58.
Well, after hitting a 180, that's a very poor return to the board. Just gives the Greek pairing an outside chance, but he needs a couple of trebles. Well, that's a bit covered. He may have to switch here. See the flight and the stem and the dart there. That's just covered the whole of that treble 19 up. But he still tried to go for it.
In Uruguay, 152.
Well, he'd rather be on 152 than 153, despite the fact there's only 1 point in it. Well, there's only 1 point
40
in it there, literally. A single pointer, only 40 in total. Treble 19.
Well, all of a sudden, Finland were in total control in this leg after 6 darts. And now he may have to take this out. Well, he's going to get 1 dart. That double top for the match.
And another finish from Kentelly. And it really is as comprehensive as the scoreline suggests. They've really railroaded the Greeks right out of town with an easy win, 5-1, and they're through to round 2 of this Finnish pair for the first time at the World Cup of Darts.
half term.
Underpants. Check.
All in Sky Cinema Animation.
Finland in fine form. 112 checkout from Kantele to win the match. A demolition job, 5-1. A force to be reckoned with. Finland announced their arrival at this World Cup of Darts. Singapore, good performance for them, beating New Zealand. Northern Ireland, Poland coming next. England, the Netherlands later on, and Belgium against the Republic of Ireland to look forward to as well. Draw sees Finland against either Belgium or Republic of Ireland. Singapore in that section of the draw alongside England and the Czech Republic. Our MCs, John McDonald, to get the next players on stage.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Frankfurt, Germany. And the Betway World Cup of Darts. And now, ladies and gentlemen, time to meet Northern Ireland and Poland.
Northern Ireland, the 6th seed against Poland. Ratajski and Kanik for Poland. Daryl Gurney and Brendan Dolan for the Northern Irish. Will the Northern Irish have too much for Poland, Rod Harrington?
I think they will. I think Daryl Gurney, you know, he's been playing extremely well for a couple of years now, and he's got this electrifying scoring power, and that's normally going to be enough. And Brendan Dolan, although he's not playing the best darts over the last year, 18 months, he has got quality. And I think when he put that Irish shirt on, he'll find that extra 10%. But they've got to be careful with the Polish. I mean, they're very good players. And the early part of the game, I know we keep saying, the early part of the game is so crucial for the Irish not to let the Poles get in front.
How tough is it playing doubles?
Well, a lot of these countries like Poland, they would have been playing it regular, where the PDC don't play pairs, so they don't get used to it. And it is all about setting your opponent up, what double he prefers. You know, sometimes don't go for a bullseye at times. It's all about working out what works for both of you, not for you.
Here's Rod Wemald and Rod still in commentary.
Yeah, one of the standout fixtures of the evening, I think fair to say. Daryl Gurney and Brendan Dolan, who's dropped out of the world's top 32, but still a dogged competitor. Krzysztof Ratajski, who won the BDO World Masters, and Titus Kanik, awkward opponents. Now Northern Ireland ought to win. They're seeded 6. It's one of those games that you would say, Wayne, that if they're just that little bit off, they could be vulnerable.
Yeah, 100% agree there. And Dolan, like you said, just dropped out the top 32, but playing a bit better recently. Let's see if that trend continues. Daryl Gurney, for the first 6 weeks of the Premier League, couldn't do a lot. Not right, really. He just couldn't win a game. But the way he finished was superb. But this man, much improved.
137.
He's a decent player. He's reached the last 16 in PDC Tour events, in addition to the World Masters I mentioned on the BDO circuit, where he gave Mark McGeady a toweling in the final. He beat the effervescent Cameron Menzies in the semi-final.
40.
Was good value, Cameron. And then, yeah, last 16 at the UK Open, Rob Cross beat him. But Gurney should be the class player on the stage, should be the man of the match.
48.
Double 8.
40.
Well, he seemed to have blocked it, moved over and overdid it. And Titus Kanek. Oh, another one.
180. Northern Ireland, you require 8.
Double 4 for the chin. Double 1 for the chin. Not so much a chin scratcher, but a head scratcher. Half a dozen darts missed at double.
They were a bit weak. That wasn't. Daryl Gurney looking concerned. So they both should be. Dominated that leg, getting down to the double and then really faffing. And you kind of said it, Rod, didn't you? Any kind of
96.
being off for the Northern Irish pair, they could get punished, and they were then.
Well, he is the biggest of big hitters in world darts. Daryl Gurney topped the stats for 180 hitting in the Premier League. Topped the stats for 180 hitting in last year's World Match Play. Mr. Maximum.
60.
Only 60. Switch. Switch. Oh, don't switch. Just hit a 180. It's a brilliant 180 from Christoph to leave 129. I was saying switch because if he didn't hit the 60 and just the 20, there'd have been no finish left.
Well, now Kanek. Tito going well.
89.
Wouldn't ask for any more than that.
61.
To leave tops for a 2-0 lead.
51 ball. The finish that got him his name. The Dream Maker.
Well, Brendan.
Oh, not the Dream Maker. That's Dimitri van den Berg. I'm thinking of Belgium. When he took out the 9 darter.
Yeah, a name so well known and renowned that it's forgotten. And so is that leg as far as Northern Ireland are concerned.
Oh, Lord.
A 2-0 down.
140.
Anyway, Dimitri van den Berg's on later with Kim Huybrechts, Team Belgium.
Yeah, it'd be good to see the history maker on his debut. Anyway, here, Northern Ireland have got themselves in a mess of their own making, really. The second leg was dominated by the Poles, but the first leg for the Irish pair,
60.
half a dozen chances, and both players to blame. Both were profligate on the doubles with 3 in hand. That shouldn't happen. They know that.
100.
Now they're under pressure to hold, just to get a foothold in the match.
Yeah, Titus is playing okay. Christoph playing great. Titus Kanek is a tour card holder, so expect good things from him.
85. 161.
6-1 after 9 again. Stay there. May stay there again. He got there. That was a good dart, that.
They have had a run to the semi-finals.
60.
Northern Irish were England beat them in 2016. There's a choice here now on 46. At least 32, so double 16 for Daryl Gurney. That's the kind of finish they wanted.
Yeah, and it's the kind of finish that will settle you down, because you get 1 dart a double, you pop it in, switching.
139.
Yeah, Christoph is a funny one with those, with the lie in the 60 bed. He likes them quite low, and even then he can switch.
99.
So he can build on top. Here we see. Good game.
58.
Quality contest, which is what we expected.
A couple missed by Dolan, 3 by Daryl Gurney as Dolan launches the helicopter celebration. Somewhat subdued. His side are still trailing, remember.
100.
Can they have lift off here in this match?
Oh, Daryl threw that way too swiftly. He was hardly on the hockey before he let go of it.
45.
Made a real mess of it. What can Titus do?
60.
Not a lot. So the bad visit from Daryl Gurney, not punished. Disaster averted for now. Good leg from Brendan. 60. Dodged a few bullets, the Northern Irish. This for a level game. Is he not moving? Got to move now, surely. Could go low this start. Overcompensates.
Oh, another missed start at double, just the one at the end of a combination, but there'll be one at the end of this combination. Double 16.
88.
They're living on their wits here, Northern Ireland.
It's the only treble in 9 darts from the Polish as well. That shows you that the Northern Irish are really finding it difficult to just get away in a leg.
No score.
It's kind of mistake after mistake. 11 darts at double, 1 hit. That is the difference if they go 3-1 down. Do not expect Christoph to miss this. 3-1.
Well, Gurney and Dolan have got a problem, and the problem has been created by multiple missed darts at double in the first leg of the match and the fourth leg of the match.
There's been a lot of good visits, but also a lot of poor visits. Forget the doubles as well. They're kind of making a rod for their own back by being so inconsistent on the treble bed and on the double bed. 2 180s and 3 140s in and around a load of nothing. Well, they weren't even close from Brendan, were they? Rhythmical!
140.
Well, the problem is just getting bigger and bigger for Northern Ireland.
95.
They lose this leg on their own throw, they really are banging the cart, because they'll be 4-1 behind. They'll have to win 4 straight legs. Not to say they can't do it, but they're going to have to sharpen up and sharpen up on the finishing.
Missed in the first round to Germany last year. Brendan's playing safe. He's not being aggressive enough at all.
60.
Just kind of floating them into the top of the 20. So just trying to keep them straight. You can't play like that. You've got to be aggressive.
30.
Well, not much point in trying to defend a 1-3 deficit.
Yes, exactly.
And this is now putting the pressure on Daryl Gurney's scoring.
44.
This is what makes the format so difficult. You know your partner's not playing at his best, so you try too hard.
140.
He's solid, isn't he? Punishing a lot of mistakes. And Titus, he's playing just a decent game. And at the moment, it's enough.
100. Ireland, you require 64.
Well, a 2-dart combination. And still, a double 16.
32.
Is right on the wire. But
Ireland, you require
82 has never been a gimme, but when you're 1-3 behind in a pairs match race to 5, and you're only going to get 1 dart at tops.
Got to go. Tops. That is brilliant. Plumage! Peacockery!
Game on.
Left his arm there as if to say it was on the end of it. It was always going in. Yeah.
Well, had Kanik hit that double 16, he and Ritaski would most definitely have been in pole position. But they...
Oh, I'll get it. That's very good.
But Daryl Gurney's 82 double top last dart in hand finish has just shifted things back.
57.
Northern Ireland is still a throw behind.
Daryl Gurney's combination finishing has been good. 61 and 82, and is that the game changer? The 82. Brendan Dolan really should step away from the hockey and then move back.
60.
Well, as you could see, he nearly dropped the dart, was unsettled. Can sometimes unsettle the throw completely.
96.
Christoph Ratajski is not making many mistakes.
Gurney came to the board 200 behind, and he's not really put more than a scratch in that Polish advantage. They've not backed up the last leg in any way, shape or form, have they? They've thrown 9 darts to score 148 points, the Irish.
All credit to Poland, though, after 12 to leave 71. They've kept them quiet. They've kept them under the cosh.
60. Poland requires 71.
For a real nice leg. What I mean by that is no pressure, just meander along, get down to a double. No panic in taking it out. But double 8 will take it out.
55.
Well, that shouldn't matter, and it won't, barring some kind of miracle from Northern Ireland and multiple mistakes from Poland.
59. Poland requires 16.
Oh my. The 6 seeds are in bother.
Game on.
Well, they should have won the first leg. They must have raft of doubles. They went 1-0 behind, and they've never been back on level terms. 2-0 down, 3-1 down, 4-2 down, and now at the point of no return, needing to win 3 straight legs, though they do have the throw in 2 of them if it goes that far, but it doesn't look like it will go that far.
Been really solid, Christoph. That's better than solid. That's a perler. Brendan Dolan needs to hit 1 or 2 trebles in this visit. 1 would have been okay. 2 was excellent under the cosh.
Winners to play Germany or Sweden, who will play later tonight. Tito Kanik playing his part.
140.
Couldn't leave a finish.
The 8 seeds. Austria were beaten last night. Are they going to lose the 6 seeds as well in the next minute or so? Brendan looking to it 1-3-3 to leave 32. Oh, what a good dart.
Another single is enough to leave a shot at the ball.
65.
That was for the match. But even so, Daryl Gurney has got the weight of the world on his shoulders. He's got 2 darts though, at double 8. Good grief, that was close to busting, very close. And the flight's in the way now. Oh, that is the class of the world number 5. A Premier finish from a Premier League player.
Daryl knows they haven't lost yet, right?
Don't shake your head, Daryl. Well, it's a fair point, though. You want to stand up and make it look as though you feel you're still in business. You're here for business, Daryl. Look for your win.
Clearly feeling it. Again, Brendan in a position where he needs at least one treble in a visit. At least. Oh dear. Brendan Nolan's been straight enough, but just not enough trebles.
And if they do lose Northern Ireland in an upset defeat, they can have no complaints. They simply haven't played well enough. They haven't scored well enough, as you've just intimated there, Wayne, and they haven't finished well enough. And that's not a combination that's going to win you many darts matches.
Yeah.
59.
And they've gone into this leg, which they have to break in, and they haven't hit a treble.
Spot on. The losing of the first leg with 6 or 7 darts at a double really seemed to have shook them up. Daryl Gurney knows that this man needs to bang in a big one. Quality, absolute quality. Full credit.
Well, it was after the first dart was beneath the treble 20, and he had to switch, and he switched to some tune. There might not be much in it here. After that dart, there's nothing in it, and they've effectively taken the throw, Northern Ireland, in a leg they have to break in, and they would have the throw in the last.
Yeah, that's just a silly dart. It really is. Once 2-3-5 gone 20-20, got to go bullseye or 25 to leave 170 or maybe fewer 145. But to need to go for a treble now, Northern Ireland are favourite to win the game.
59. Northern Ireland, you require 16.
Favourites certainly to win this leg, and favourites to win the whole match.
Yes.
Can Brendan convert? Double 4. Well, he really wouldn't have fancied it too much after the first start at double 4, but Daryl Gurney now nodding his head rather than shaking it, because he knows that he and his teammate have the serve in the final leg, and if Gurney can go off big, they'll be in command. It's got to go big, Daryl. It's got to go big.
Oh my.
100.
Only a ton after that treble. That's why the slumped shoulders. Oh, this is good. Okay, it's not one of those games with 3-figure averages and an abundance of highest finishes and everything else, but it's tight. It's what we want to see. We want to see tight Tungsten tussles.
Well, in normal circumstances, throw in first, keep going ton.
99.
Would probably be enough, but Ratajski just changed that dynamic a little with his 140 opener for the Poles. No ton from Gurney, and now they're under the pressure again.
Yeah, you're right what you say, Rod. That 140 has put the Poles kind of a dart in front, if you like. Treble 18 is needed. Okay, goes back till he 164. Brendan's in that position again where he has to hit a treble. And full credit to the Poles, they've just kept applying pressure. And full credit to Brendan Dolan, who's been sapping it up. Such a confidence-boosting performance the last few legs from Brendan.
Oh, hello. Treble 18 would have left the ball.
79.
Well, we've seen Gurney produce skin-saving combination finishes. Can he produce a match-winning combination finish? Ball for double 16. And Daryl Gurney brings Northern Ireland home from the brink of defeat. They were 4-2 adrift, but Gurney and Dolan dug deep there. From somewhere, they dredged up a comeback with 3 straight legs, culminating in that 101 out, the highest of the match. And the world number 5 Gurney leads his team through to round 2, but only just.
is a great player and he's feeling confident, so we shall see.
Just quick reflections on that Northern Ireland performance.
Well, they got themselves out of trouble. At 4-2 down, the way Christoph Protaski was playing and Kanic, you're thinking that they're finished. But Daryl Gurney's finished.
Dancing Devon Peterson, Mark, a bit subdued by his standards.
Yeah, I think he likes his individual, his single walk-on, he prefers that. I think this is our game to call, I must admit. Devon's been inconsistent, to say the least, over the last couple of years. He's got a new partner in Liam this time round, who he says he's a great player and he's feeling confident, so we shall see.
Just quick reflections on that Northern Ireland performance.
Well, they got themselves out of trouble. At 4-2 down, the way Christoph Protaski was playing and Kanic, you're thinking that they're finished. But Daryl Gurney's finishing. Took out 61, 82, 70 and 101. It was amazing to get them out of trouble. And maybe we're going to see finishes and class the same in this game.
Cheers, Wayne. Rod Harrington and Stuart Pike in commentary.
Yeah, thanks, boys. We love a bit of dancing. Devon always lights up any stage that he walks onto. Devon Peterson. He will be leading South Africa's bid this year. As always, loves the sport. A great promoter of darts now in South Africa as well. But Hungary, a new partner for Nandor Bezeg, who's played in many World Cups. Thomas Alexei, a young man coming up in the sport. Liam O'Brien, who won the right to come and play in this World Cup, a competition run by Devon Peterson in South Africa. The winner of this to play, probably the defending champions Netherlands, or maybe Gibraltar later will cause one of the biggest upsets of the tournament. South Africa, maybe with Peterson's experience, just have the edge.
Yes, you would say that at the beginning, but the 6 darts he's thrown have been pretty poor. I had a good chat with Devon this morning, like I do at most tournaments. He's a real nice lad. You know, he's just been overthinking the game too much. You know, too much about worrying about his throw. Sometimes you just got to get up there and just throw darts. It's a natural ability, because that's what got you here in the first place. So you just got to let it flow at times, trying to just empty your head and just get up there and say, well, let's just throw darts. So that's what a lot of players do. And I think that's what Devon's got to do, and then we'll start to see the best of him. But at the moment, he's struggling.
Well, he's changed his throw. He has changed his throw. He's certainly more direct with the arm. Well, that's better. And we get the crowd on their feet. Devon finds a 180 now, but he's worked very, very hard, Devon Peterson, on changing things. And he feels, despite some disappointing results on the tour, he feels like he's beginning to play something like.
Well, he's got a longer back lift. His back lift, you know, he had a good stable elbow, but a bit like Bob Anderson. Bob Anderson always had a very short back lift, but he's just lengthened it a bit, which gives him more rhythm. But it is, you know, if you're going to change, you've got to work on it. Now, 18 for the ball tie for this first leg for Bezek.
So the 180 from Devon. And Peterson wrap up this opening leg. Double 4. Devon.
28. See, in Devon's throw there, just quickly, I'd just like to see a little bit more of a pause as he sets the dart. But Hungary 38 going to need 3 for double 16 now. Double 16 it is. And a leg that South Africa would feel they've given away.
Especially after the 180 from Peterson, absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt. But 3 clear darts at 32 for Devon. Missed 16s, missed 8s, missed 4s. And in this short format, against the darts as well, that would have been a great start. But fair play, Alexis. This young man, 35-year-old from Cape Town, Liam O'Brien, came through a field of over 180 to win the big last man standing event in South Africa. It's a tour that Devon Peterson has initiated in all corners of South Africa. Over 500 players are involved throughout the year, and Devon is hoping in 2019 to set up the African Darts Corporation, affiliated to the PDC, and it will be a culmination of a lot of work for him.
Well, I can assure you, if he goes about it the right way, we'll give him the support like we do in, you know, every other country, region. The Asian tour now is going really well. That's how you spread the business. That's how you bring in, you know, other players, better quality players, because they get more serious. It may be the same players that put in a bit more effort in the practice board. And then the more competitive darts you play, obviously the better you're going to get the experience. You can't buy experience, you can only earn it.
Good last start. Bezek, who has represented Hungary many times. First time in 2012. Oh, go on. Tops 4. Oh, Brian, how about that? Devon Peterson. A roar of approval from Devon. Wow. 160 from Liam O'Brien. How about that?
Well, if you want a confidence boost, doesn't get much better than that, does it? I'd be very surprised if O'Brien walks up and it's a bad score now, because that really must have pumped him up.
Well, this young man made his European Tour debut this last month in Austria. Lost in the first round, but all part of the plan for Travis Alexis.
This is a tidy throw as well, Steve.
It is, yeah.
Very tidy.
Easy on the eye.
I mean, lovely rhythm. He's gone out 160, followed that up with a 140. Not rushing, there's no quickness in it at all. Lovely and smooth, and under pressure that's going to hold up better than other people. Devon's throw here, I just think that he gets it there, look, and it's very quick. Gets it there and all of a sudden he pulls it back without setting it a little bit. Perhaps that split second just to get a bit more rhythm like O'Brien's got.
It's a good spot. It really is reminiscent of Bob Anderson, isn't it? The Devon throw. Well, one more than he took out to win the last leg. You can see why he won this tournament in South Africa, can't you?
He's had 9 near perfect darts. The big fella, Devon Peterson, to take a double 12 for a breaker throw, and he does exactly that. 13 dart lead for South Africa. And now the confidence should grow, especially in this man, because the only thing he's missing is confidence. Wow, that's a flyer. That's the rush dart. You know, he just needs to just ease up on that quickness. Have a look at O'Brien's throw coming up here. Now just have a look at this, folks. Every dart is thrown at exactly the same pace. Okay. The last 9 darts were great. That was a little bit poor, but the pace was so good.
Unlucky.
Devon Peterson, now resident in the UK, lives in Bradford, very close to his best mate Joe Cullen. Cullen watching somewhere in Tenerife, I'm told, cheering on his big buddy.
Yeah, Joe's been very close to winning some good tournaments, just like he's put himself in some great positions on the European tour.
He's the nearly man.
Yes, he is, and he just needs to step it up. It may only be something that will click.
He's won tournaments over the last year or two, Joe Cullen, a real talent. Will be in the world's top 16 soon. And his mate Devon is doing okay with his partner Liam O'Brien, but I have to say, as far as the Hungarians are concerned, it's the young man Alexic who's playing really well. The experience of Nandor Bezek here has been missing so far.
Well, that's a great visit from Bezek. Look to switch there to leave the 130. The 130 is far easier to get home from than the 129. And Brian needs to find a big score. Now that is an absolute perfect dart.
Played really well, Rob. Big debut, of course, big TV debut for O'Brien, but what can Devon do with 136?
Well, he doesn't have to do so much with it, possibly. See, that's the quickness. You're always going to pull the dart that you're throwing quick. On the right-hand, the player's always going to go to the left. So Bezek, 140 with his previous three. 78 now, so he's going to have to find a treble. That is not going to happen. We've seen O'Brien take out the 160 still. The 91 should be just part of the course. Obviously 2 ways of going. Will he go 25 or bull, or will he go straight the aggressive route on the treble to 17?
Well, the gamble didn't pay off. The bull route would probably have been the best way to go. Hindsight's a great thing, but he had confidence in what he was doing. Does Tamas Alexic for Hungary here to level it up?
Well, he needs to hold the throw, but it's such an important leg. Good guide, and that's why South Africa nicked that leg, but it makes them too clear against Hungary.
Well, those 3 misses. Absolutely crucial. It'll get already loud in here. It'll get very, very loud a little later on when the home nation enter the fray against Sweden. Max Hopp and Martin Schindler. Of course, we've got England to come. Chisnall and Cross, Belgium against the Republic of Ireland. That's coming up next. And then the last match of the night sees the Netherlands start the defence of their World Cup against Gibraltar.
Yes, and I know there's one person in the audience that will be supporting Sweden, one of the legends of the game, Stephen Lord. Won a lot of tournaments, represented Sweden many a day in the BDO and WDF system. Won the News of the World a couple of times back in the late 80s and early 90s, and he's flown in to support his country.
59.
It's interesting, though, that they're talking with Devon about expanding the sport in South Africa. In years gone by, there was a lot of politics, wasn't there, between different organisations. But Devon is doing things the right way and giving everybody the chance to play under one umbrella with the African Darts Corporation next year. The crucially, he's also going to be running youth events, ladies events, men's events and youth events. Wants to leave a legacy, Devon Peterson. I'm sure he'd like to be left with tops here.
Well,
maybe.
Yeah, it's got a feeling he will be. Well, this could be double top. He had to pitch it over the fly. That's a perfect business. He has played so well as O'Brien. I mean, he's been the captain of the two. He's been leading the way.
He's hit single six. He's got one dart at tops, Bezek.
Well, the previous leg, Devon won the 40, put one just above, found the double with the second. Oh, just above, that's way above. Way below. And that, I'm not even on the same board, nearly not even on the same continent, those three, Devon. But that one is. Hungary hold their throw. You know, times like that, Stu, you've got to punish your opponents. You've let them back in. You know, you would have been 4-1 up. Look at the close the match out. Get off the stage. All of a sudden now, the attitude just changes a little bit.
Well, there were three really good opportunities for Devon Peterson to put South Africa out of sight, you'd feel, at 4-1.
Well, again, you know, his first up was so high, it's not a guide at all, so just perhaps step back. You know, because if you rush the first dart, 9 times out of 10 you're going to rush the second, but there's two in here for Hungary. And all of a sudden, now they are well and truly back in this game.
Important last start, Fernando Bezek. Well, only 60. Just wondering how important that fifth leg could prove to be. With those three missed darts for 4-1. And all of a sudden, it looks a different game now, doesn't it? And Alexis is really stepping up to the plate. Key moments in this match, you feel?
25-16 for double top. Always missed the big number. Took the route to guarantee himself a dart and a double, then misses the big number. So O'Brien's coming back for the 96. Going to get 2 darts at the treble 20. He masked the treble 20 with the first dart. I don't know whether he would go double 18, double top. It's what most of the British pros or the European pros would go, but that's where the first dart goes. Double 18. Yeah, that's the way he's gone. That's the proper route. He couldn't see, would hit the flight. He would have gone for that treble 20.
Yeah, it's stick or twist, isn't it? It's for 3-all then.
Let off again.
Well, that's 3 legs. Leg 4, Hungary missed 3. Leg 5, South Africa missed 3. This leg, Hungary have missed 3. There's going to be another pinch. Can Devon steal it on double 10?
Well, that hit the number. That was so far wide. Getting a bit edgy is Devon. Bezek now to level it up at 3-all, and does. South Africa should be walking off this stage by now, and you can see in Devon's face the way he's looking down, he's thinking, you know, what has gone on?
The last 2 legs, Devon's missed 6 darts. 6 darts at doubles to win both the legs. Well, if he's trying too hard, Robbie.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I think he's probably feeling the responsibility of a whole darting continent, let alone nation, on his shoulders.
And the thing is, when you change your throw, you know, under intense pressure, a part of your original throw is going to come in. So all of a sudden, you know, you're throwing one dart this way, one dart the next, and your brain starts to go, and then you are really all over the place. But this young man was playing exceptionally well.
Well, it's Liam O'Brien at the moment, you have to say, who's who's carrying the South African team.
Well, I know what's going through Devon's mind. He's just feeling a little bit embarrassed that he's not playing the captain's role. Let's just put an extra pressure on him. He just needs to get up, as we said at the beginning of the game. You know, just get up and let it flow. The arm is tightening up terribly. Well, they are big arms to tighten up as well.
43.
Three-1 up. Really should have been 4-1 up. Maybe could have been 4-2 up. And South Africa here could be about to go behind.
87.
Good darts.
Only require 146.
It's okay.
Hungary requires 39.
To take the lead.
Well, he's made a mess of this, but at the end of it, he's got one dart at double two. Just rushed those, didn't he? Both of them.
37.
What a chance here for Liam O'Brien. Just to steady things for South Africa. Devon struggling. That's a beauty. Oh, so is that. Well, you have to say here that a wide smile on Devon's face, but it's Liam O'Brien who is carrying South Africa here. Devon knows it, but Devon here has the darts. South Africa throw for a place in the last 16.
That was a class visit to the board from O'Brien. Now, the inexperienced player, he just stepped up, kept his cool, kept his rhythm, and took the double nine. Actually, the switching from the 18 to the 9 is the worst switch on the dartboard to me. He's looking very composed, this young man. He's not missing a lot, Stu, is he?
83.
He has been the senior partner.
60.
That's better.
95.
Nandor Bezek, you feel here needs, well, at least one treble.
60.
May not be enough. Been a real arm wrestle. But Liam O'Brien has been the standout player in this match.
Yeah, I'm afraid by a long way as well.
96.
Perhaps he needs to just have a little word in Devon's ear or give him a little slap round the face, but that's not advisable for a bloke his size. Do you know what? 25 I'd go here. I'd go 25. It gives his opponent 2 darts guaranteed at a double. Well, he's hit the treble, so that's absolutely fine. I would have played the percentage there.
96.
So, on his TV debut, representing his country for the first time, the man from Cape Town, Liam O'Brien, has been the best player in this match. Can he finish it? The pressure.
You know, I was just about to say, he doesn't want to split the fours. He's going to miss. Should have pitched it outside. But he's going to come back, Devon. And the way Devon throws darts, if he puts the first one low.
6 match darts for South Africa. A quiet word from Devon. Liam O'Brien has missed 3. Devon Peterson has missed 3, and it falls to O'Brien again. To win for South Africa. Africa. Well, what a performance from Liam O'Brien. And Devon Peterson knows that the man who won last man standing in South Africa to earn his spot here has played a huge part in taking South Africa through to round 2. Devon knows it. He's just happy. South Africa win 5-3.
I'm backing you to score first.
Don't bet silly. Bet savvy.
Play Coral Million for free this summer. Answer 10 questions, watch the World Cup, and you could win £1 million.
Score
The
first.
smart money's on Coral.
Don't bet silly. Bet savvy.
Play Coral Million for free this summer. Answer 10 questions, watch the World Cup, and you could win £1 million. Smart money's on Coral.
Yakult Light, made with mystical mountain raindrops.
No, it's made with fewer
Good game so far. South Africa, a 5-3 victory over Hungary. Belgium, Republic of Ireland. England, the Czech Republic. Sweden, Germany. And the Netherlands against Gibraltar still to come. South Africa will play the winners of the Netherlands against Gibraltar. That match our final game this evening. Lots of excitement to come. South Africa got away with it there, though.
They really did, yeah. Devon didn't play particularly well, and he was the most experienced one up here. You've got to give credit to Liam. I thought he was magnificent, and his action for someone so inexperienced, he shows that he's got it because he held the team together, and it was so simple. It was just a move of the forearm, a nice forward lean, but not too far forward. He's got a lot going for him, and he withheld all the pressure on them shoulders. For someone so inexperienced, he did a real good job, and Devon can thank him right now. I suppose he is.
Belgium against Republic of Ireland coming next. A lot of expectation around the Belgian team.
Yeah, and it's got to be said, and for the Irish team as well. What with Steve Lennon, they've just reached a Euro Tour final. Belgium, it's a change of clientele. It's not the Ibrex brothers. It's just Kim. Ronnie's made way for Dimitri, who's playing well, as we know. So I've got a feeling this is going to be like the Northern Irish game in Poland. So tight to call, maybe down to the last dart. But there's a lot of quality coming up on this stage, and if Willie O'Connor can hold it together, because he's been playing decent, I think all four can do damage, and if they all do it at the right time, could be carnage up here.
Big matches to come. If you're just tuning in, England on the way, the Netherlands on the way, Germany on the way. Great.
It's already been a good session, it has, but like you said, there's some real big hitters, and I think the next game could be that tight, that could be the game of the session.
Next up then, a hurricane blows into town.
at you, look at me. Hot and fine, hot and fine.
back to the first round action of the Bedway World Cup of Dance, brought to you by the Professional Dance Corporation, live on Sky Sports. We welcome the millions of viewers joining us around the world. It's Frankfurt, Germany! Time to meet the players, and Belgium take on the Republic of Ireland!
As Dimitri Van den Bergh pulls all the shapes. Kim Ibrex had to pull himself off the floor. He almost tripped over the hockey there, Rods.
Yeah, I mean, you're never going to compete with young Dimitri when it comes to dancing. You may be on the dartboard. But when I looked at the draw this morning, this match stood out. Kim Ibrecht's been a brilliant player for a long time. If he can find some form, really could be a threat, the Belgian team. And Dimitri beat Michael van Gerwen and then Gary Anderson last week in consecutive matches, so at the moment he's class. But the two Irish, Steve Lennon's been playing exceptionally well on the tour, and William O'Connor, he can turn up at any time and throw brilliant darts.
Dimitri Van den Bergh, a potential Premier League player of the future?
Absolutely. Potential world champion the way he played last week. You know, he's still learning the game, and he's a very intelligent young man because he does learn. He knows who to listen to, and he really does things right, putting in plenty of practice. Got a good management around him, so they're keeping them level-headed. So, yeah, a star of the future.
Cheers. Well, Rod Studding commentary.
Thanks, Dave. Yes. I'll tell you what, Wayne, that was so reminiscent, that Belgian intro, as if you and I had gone up on the stage. One of us would have been able to dance, and the other one would have made a fool of themselves.
You're the dancer, right?
Well, this will be intriguing, because Belgium talked up as dark horses for the competition before a dart was thrown, because of the form of Van den Bergh and the experience in the World Cup of Ibrex. But very awkward opening tie here against the Republic of Ireland pair, both very useful operators in their own right, in O'Connor and Lennon. And I think this is a tough workout and tough test for the Belgians, isn't it?
I think it's a similar dynamic to Austria and Japan, to be fair. Austria quietly fancied, but had a real tough opening in Japan, and it was too tough for them. But the form of all four players has kind of been erratic, but Steve Lennon has shown more consistency than the other three. Steve Lennon just through. He beat Kim Ibrex in the semi-final of a recent European Tour event.
Which has helped him reach the career best world ranking of 48. Compared with O'Connor's 56, who he wants double eights. Would have been for a 12-dart leg.
Well, it's a real poor leg from the Belgians. Did not want to go inside, that was clear. Dimitri beat Michael van Gerwen, Gary Anderson on the way to a World Series final in Germany before succumbing to the marvellous Mensur.
Goodness me, this leg looks so comfortable for the Republic of Ireland pair, who've now missed 6 darts at a double and will get another 3 if they need them.
95. Republic of Ireland,
Diogo in the crowd there with a Belgian shirt on, as Huybrechts had a Brazilian one the other night. Mowozu watching on. Chinese pair in the audience tonight. Well, I'll tell you what, Wayne, if Belgium had thought before they started, what's the worst possible way they could start this match? It probably wouldn't have been as bad as they actually did start.
Yeah.
Horrible leg, wasn't it?
So you've had a stinker of a first leg, and then your opponent's kick off maximum. When your partner does it a max and you follow it with a ton, that will do.
93.
Dimitri been saying that, so looking forward to this, so proud to play in the Belgian shirt. Well, with that comes pressure. This man, way more experienced.
Is that Huybrechts visit of 140 going to turn the tap on for Belgium? Another 140 from Van den Berg would give them just an outside squeak. That is an outside squeak, but only if Lennon muffs this 76. 1 dart at tops. That's all he needs. They threw 8 darts at double in that first leg. The Irish, they only need to throw 1 in the second.
Started that leg with a maximum, did Steve Lennon. Ended with a 76 finish. He looks the most relaxed at the moment. O'Connor used to play with pear-shaped flights that were smaller. He used to go through the air quicker. Now using standard flights, means the darts stand up that little bit more. Probably feels he can have more markers.
Well, Belgium have not really started in this match, and if they don't start soon, the Republic of Ireland will have finished. Literally.
Just trying slightly too hard. The rhythm not quite there for Dimitri yet. Most dart players are first dart based, gives you confidence and also it gives you a marker, and he can't seem to get that first dart right. That's good.
Well, this is the 3-0 with 2 of those legs coming against the darts. Going to find the treble 20 as his next target and can't.
Well, it's not one of these has to go. And if it doesn't, could be 3-0 down. 48 for tops. Well, he leaves 36, but Willie O'Connor, 20 for tops. Now, if you use those pear-shaped flights, he wouldn't have to go to the side. That is absolutely brilliant. That's 3-0. The Belgians are in all sorts of trouble. And it's not the fact that they're just 3-0 down, Rod. It's the way they are playing isn't giving them any confidence at all.
Well, how can I argue with that? But tell me this, Wayne, you're the expert.
Yes, I am.
It makes no sense, because there's no doubt, nobody would argue with this, that Dimitri Van den Bergh is a better player than Ronnie Huybrechts. And yet, when Kim played with his brother, they were devastating as a pair, and in fact they have a 105.47 average in pairs play, the two Huybrechts brothers, and yet tonight the Belgians, with Dimitri here on debut, only averaging 78. Why does it make such a difference?
It might be just something that's happened. It might be that dynamic. It's your narrative. It's
not a narrative, it's a fact. They're averaging 78, and yet the Huybrechts brothers were so good, weren't they, for Belgium over the last few years, reaching a final on occasion. You're right, they might have just both been playing badly for no apparent reason.
Kim, to me, is not acting like the leader, like he did with Ronnie. That's I can see that. And for me, Dimitri is not relaxed at all.
No. Well, let me add to the narrative. The runners-up in 2013, and then semi-finalists in 15, 16 and 17. The Belgian pair. Remarkable, really.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Tremendously consistent run. But they're all over the place here, Belgium, and you feel they've got to win this leg, and otherwise it will be almost insurmountable.
I actually feel that they're making poor decisions as well. It would have been better for Dimitri to go for a 25 last start there, to leave 120 rather than 125. Oh, can he?
No, he can't. And if O'Connor can, it will be 4-0. Treble 17 for Bull. No, so Dimitri Van den Bergh at long last has got a little bit of breathing space in a leg. He's got 3 darts in hand, but when you're 0-3 behind in a race to 5, that double top will look wafer thin.
This is the first leg that the Belgians have had a dart at a double. They're just not up to it. They're just panicking, aren't they? The pair of them are panicking.
Well, 57 left now, 17 for tops for Steve Lennon. Well, it's perilously close to the treble.
23.
Kim Huybrechts now, this is the 5th dart they've had at a double in this leg, and finally Huybrechts finds it. It's better, isn't it, Kim? But not much better. It is a break of throw. They're 3-1 behind. They've got to win 4 of the next 5 legs. They've got to start playing better. That's the key to it. Can't win legs consistently playing at this level.
Dimitri just looks so scared to me. It's a different thing entirely, playing for your country and having a partner. Just looks panicked and worried.
Well, it's a great point you make, because Johnny Clayton popped into the press room just earlier on this evening, and he was experiencing exactly the same emotions when he went up there to play with Gerwyn Price, and just said basically he panicked. He just got so nervous. And there's a guy that's played in major finals.
Yeah.
Won World Tour event.
421.
Just kind of dragging the last start there, Willie.
I think the difference maybe in the instance of Wales and Belgium was that Gerwyn was playing a lot better, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he took it upon himself to be really aggressive.
60.
And Kim Huybrechts is going to have to do that here. Got to help Dimitri along.
Yeah. I thought Gerwyn Price as a captain was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
434.
Much better leg, especially from Dimitri Van den Bergh. Kim has never lacked in aggression and trying to get himself going. They've
51.
annihilated the Republic of Ireland on the scoring phase in this leg. Just got to put it away. With no dramas, causing yourself no inner angst, and make it 3-2. Moving over just to give himself the best chance of coming in off it.
Republic of Ireland, Uruguay, 160.
Shouldn't matter.
Oh, we saw Liam O'Brien take this out earlier for Team South Africa. Not to be that time for Willie O'Connor.
96.
Now, Kim Huybrechts really needs to just stuff this straight in.
And
like that. That's it. You get another leg back. The thing is, it's so easy to forget because we've seen Dimitri Van den Bergh play so well in World Championships and other tournaments. The German Masters the other week, in point of fact, he's still a kid. He's not 24 until July.
Yeah,
he's just a young man and who's understandably feeling a lot of nerves.
Yeah, the world youth champion as well. He can do it. But this is a totally different dynamic. Pairs is difficult anyway. You have to find your rhythm. The staccato motion, staccato rhythm of Willie O'Connor working for him.
83.
Starting to find it a bit more frequently now. A little bit more belief.
140.
Kim really is throwing so hard. That means the shoulder comes into play. That means you're more likely for a low dart. Pecs can tighten up. Oh, massive error. The game could change on that.
Van den Bergh here. Pop in a 140 and leave Huybrechts a 2-dart combination, with the Republic of Ireland having a tricky 3-dart combination. Oh, Dimitri's so loose, and that can make such a difference in itself.
He didn't have hold of the dart properly. He was going to regrip and then changed his mind. He should have. Oh, that could make all the difference, that dart. Even a 20.
Well, Huybrechts may get 2 darts to double. He won't. He'll only get 1 now. Double top. Such a difference. Would have had 2 at tops.
Republic of Ireland, Uruguay, 40.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's superb. He knows the importance. Steve Lennon just gives absolutely nothing away. I'm sure he's elated and happy and pleased, but
100.
tries to show nothing. Silent assassin.
100.
Hunting for a treble. Same there as well. This is it, a real nervy patch in this game.
140.
We've already tonight seen Northern Ireland come from 4-2 adrift to beat Poland with 3 straight legs. Belgium faced with the same equation. Now they really are in all sorts of trouble, because Steve Lennon, cool as you like, will fancy his chances. Well, even if he doesn't take it out, just a straight 60 leaves a 2-dart combination if Van den Bergh can't conjure something up with this.
Well, he did the right thing and went high, left a big open 60. That's just absolutely wonderful. Really, truly wonderful. That's relief. That's pure class, that.
Well, Huybrechts would have felt and feared the worst there before that dart was thrown, and he must have thought, well, good luck, mate. On the ball. And Vandenberg found the ball. And it was only a holder throw, but it feels like something so much more significant in this match.
Well, it certainly does now. Because if you look at the scores right now,
96.
Effectively, Belgium have taken the throw here. If they carry on and win this leg, they'll be throwing in the decider first. That 130 will shape this game in favour of the Belgians, then followed by 180.
Well, Dimitri Vandenberg hit the button to check out 130, and now he's pressed the button with 180. Belgium's first of the match, and suddenly there's a surge towards a match-levelling double attempt. Well, there's a chance here now of an 11-darter. The first leg of the match, I think they threw about 211 darts and didn't get close. Pressure on the 54.
57 hitting of Huybrechts has been superb. 18 double. This is why I don't like the 18 double when your darts stand up like that. He's got to move over. That is absolutely magnificent. The 130, the 180, then the 54 finish, an 11-dart leg.
And suddenly Kim Huybrechts turns into that snarling Rottweiler we've seen so many times on the World Cup of Darts stage. Whereas Vandenberg goes for the Zen meditation, Huybrechts goes for the wild celebration. Yes, he's in full effect now, Huybrechts, the Hurricane.
He's not been very good on the treble 20s, Kim Huybrechts, but the 57 has come to his rescue. This is brilliant. Under pressure to perform like this. Oh, the World Cup of Darts. It's come alive!
I'll give you alive. I'll give you alive in a minute. Vandenberg has hit a couple of maximums in consecutive legs to sandwich that effort by Steve Lennon, which he thought had turned things in his side's favour. Still a close game though in this leg. Advantage Belgium by 3 points only.
Dimitri Vandenberg in the last 4 visits has thrown one stray dart. Took out the 130, then 180, then 54 game shot, then another 180. This is why the Belgians have a chance to win this match.
Remember when Vandenberg wanted 130, Republic of Ireland were 4-3 up with 48 left. Yeah. Sorry, we're 4-2 up with 48 left.
4-2 up, yeah.
Well, that's crept into the right bed.
Oh my word, 36 left, sublime!
Well, I'll tell you what, this would be a fitting finish to this brilliant match. And now it's on for O'Connor! Would have been one of the all-time great World Cup of Darts match-winning finishes.
Yeah. Double 18. Cracking off it. Well, that was something special. Kim Huybrechts and Dimitri Vandenberg, they know it. That was absolutely stunning. What a part the Republic of Ireland played in that. They pushed the seeded duo all the way. Willie O'Connor had a dart off the 170 at bullseye to win for the Republic of Ireland. But it's Belgium who beat the Republic of Ireland 5-4. Look at the emotion. Now that is a team.
in a doubles game as well. So you might as well have 6 darts in the legs finished and you don't even had a chance for a double. Dimmy's 130, I think that was the match to get us back in. As soon as he hit that, I was thinking we're still going to win this. And then he played awesome in the last leg with a 180, and I'm really happy to get that last dart in to win, really.
Yeah, we noticed. Dimitri, let's talk through that 130, because that levelled the game up and suddenly got you back into it. What was that like when you knew it went in?
Well, to be honest, the whole game, I was nervous, but I always tell myself, nerves in this point are healthy. So I said to myself, keep believing, keep fighting until the end, because it's never over until the last double is finished. And to be honest, in the practice, I had the 130 when we were doing some finishing. I had it, and I done it again on the stage. So that's unbelievable, especially that moment to keep us in the game.
We could see him saying things into your ear, Kim, as you were playing. What was he saying to you?
He just says what he always says. Come on, keep fighting. Don't give up. Come on, you know you have the ability. You're an animal. You know you're amazing. You practice. Come on, you are there. We can do this together, you know, like all positive things to keep my strength up, to keep my belief up, and to make us strong together, right? That's what we do.
Kim, we're used to seeing you partnered with Ronnie, your brother. He's not here today. It's Dimitri. How different is this?
It is different. Ronnie's my brother. We always fight till the end. But, hey, I cannot say anything about this kid. He's amazing. He's a world champion youth. He's amazing. And he will be a world champion with the seniors. I know that 100% sure. Without a doubt, this kid is one of the biggest talents in the world. So for me, it's an honor to play with him.
But will you be World Cup winners?
Well, to be playing in the World Cup with him, it means the world to me. Ronnie's my brother. I love him to bits. This is one of my best friends. If you play with a stranger, it's difficult. This is one of my best friends. And this game was, we took it to the maximum. And already the first game we ever played together in the World Cup, and we have magic. I feel it.
Certainly a lot of chemistry. Well done, guys. See you later. Well done.
Thank you.
Dimitri Van den Bergh. Massive celebrations, massive emotion. Kim Huybrechts, I've never seen him jump so high. Have to feel for the Republic of Ireland. A 170 could have won it for them. But he's leaping around. Amazing scenes. A great match, Wayne Mardle.
It really was, yeah. It was a game that looked like the Belgians wouldn't win. They were 4-2 down and not playing particularly great, but that 130 changed everything. And like Dimitri said, he believed after that. But I got to say, I thought Kim Huybrechts as a captain, as a leader, I thought he was amazing. I thought he played the captain's role so well for someone that is a World Cup newbie. And you see with Dimitri there and Kim when they're celebrating, and he said the chemistry, they've got something. They've got something. You got Kim that's not old by any means, but he's way more experienced than Dimitri Van den Bergh.
The 130 from Dimitri was brilliant.
It was purely world class. But the best start, I know he goes 60 bullseye with the last two, but if he goes below the treble on that first dart, he doesn't take that out. He did the professional thing, and that was to go high, if not in with a treble with the first dart. That was a great dart. And then after that, he went for a spate of not missing. He then kicked off the next leg, which was his first shot, the team's second with a 180. Then it a 54 finishing two. Then it another 180. And Kim got better and better in 57 after 57. But Sperrer fought for Willie O'Connor at a dart of bullseye to take out a 170. That would have actually capped off the game in a more amazing way. Steve Lennon was great. Willie O'Connor was great. It was just the brilliance of Kim and Dimitri in the last knock-ins there.
England, Germany, the Netherlands still to come. Doesn't get much better than that.
Can we hack any more of this? Come on. It's going to get better. We're saying it's going to get better. I don't think it gets any more exciting than that when it comes down to missing a bullseye for a 170. But we've got some real big hitters coming up. We really have. And no more so than the world champ, Rob Cross.
Cheers, Wayne. Rob Cross, the defending world champion, hits the World Cup stage for the first time. Rob Cross, coming next.
Seems like the script has been written.
An unknown amateur, little more than a year ago, has beaten the legendary Phil Taylor to win the World Championship at his first attempt. Oh, that's magical.
Absolutely majestic.
A new darting star is born. This is astonishing.
grass makes no mistake.
It does not get better than that.
That's high voltage darts.
So used to seeing Taylor and Lewis in the World Cup of Darts. A chizzy smile across Snarl. New pairing, how are they going to get on, Wayne?
They look relaxed enough. They don't look like they've got the weight of the world on their shoulders. They should feel that even if they're not on their A game, they got too much for Benecki and Sadlerchek, which I think they will have. But you just want them to get off to a good start so they can relax and we can see how they just feed off each other. They should have too much.
Does it take a while to get used to someone else's game?
It does, but it really is that case of trying to just play your own game and see how it kind of feels and how your partner and your opponents are doing. But if you have that philosophy of, right, I just worry about my game, that's all you can do. But what you can't do is try to play too well if your partner isn't. You can't try too hard. It's not one of those sports. You've got to let it flow, have some rhythm, and just see how it pans out sometimes.
Can England lift the World Cup in 2018? Rod Harrington and Stuart Parr, your commentary team.
Thanks, Dave. We have seen the passion of the World Cup, what it really means to the nations competing tonight, with Ireland and that comeback win, stunning comeback win to beat Poland, and the Belgian duo overcoming the Republic of Ireland. But England will have work to do here. Karol Sedlacek and Roman Benecki. Here's the young man, Benecki, from the Czech Republic, both making their big debuts in the World Cup of Darts, and a little bit of pressure on the English duo, as we've seen. This format, brutal as it is in the opening round, certainly throws up some entertainment, Rob.
Yes, it certainly does, and it don't get any more entertaining than that previous game. And I thought the 130 from young Dimitri showed that young man has got class.
For me, it's the shot of the tournament so far.
And do you know what, just going on that one more thing on that match, the way that Kim just kept talking in his ear, kept telling how good he is, never letting him think negatively. And that's what playing this game in pairs is all about. Keeping your partner upbeat, especially a young man like young Dimmick. But this man has not had the best of year 18 months, but we know what he's capable of. The Czech Republic had a good opening first leg.
England, you require 106.
Had to take the opening leg against the darts. Nervous, he admitted he would be nervous on his World Cup debut. Very proud to pull on the England jersey. Rob Cross.
90. Czech Republic, you require 66.
Well, this young man's a dead ringer for a young man called Ted Everts, who plays on our youth tour.
He does, remarkable resemblance. Younger version of
46. England, you require
Everts is only 20.
Yep. Well, Dave Chisnall, just to settle it down for the England team. Last start from Dave Chisnall.
Game on.
A new slimline version of Chizzy. He's lost nearly 3 stone. Had an operation, an earlier operation, a month or 2 ago, and says he feels a whole lot better. He looks a whole lot better.
96.
Well, you'd think the English side have got far too much scoring power for the Czechs, and if this man Dave Chisnall starts putting the first dart in the treble, well, I was going to say you can guarantee he's always going to follow at least with one more, and lets it down.
97.
Chizzy, of course, involved last year, wasn't he? Semi-final run. Adrian Lewis, before they were beaten in dramatic circumstances by Van Gerwen and Van Barneveld.
38.
There's no question, Stu, the English side have got chances of winning this World Cup again. Rob Cross has been playing really well of late, and if this man can get his game going that we all know he's got, then they have got a serious chance.
Brilliant setup He knows that Rob Cross loves double 18, so he's left him double 18.
140, England you require 36.
And the volume going up a notch or two. And England go 2 legs up. The host nation next, Germany. High hopes of Max Hopp and Martin Schindler. Well, brilliant dart from Sedlacek for the Czechs. Sedlacek was part of the Czech team that lost to the Netherlands in the opening round last year. They haven't had the easiest of draws, Netherlands, and now against the English duo of Chisnall and Cross.
Well, Sedlacek, the first leg of this match, he hit 2 140s and then failed to set it up for the young man. So he only had 1 dart on the double where he should have had 2. And if he had had the 2, this game may be totally different. So 1-1, it just puts a little bit of the extra pressure on the superior England side. For that man, Rob Cross, the world champion, didn't really come out of nowhere for the players and us that knew him, but the general public, there he is. And how did he win it? He's beaten Van Gerwen in the semis and then Phil Taylor in the final. And here we go with Chisnall. Puts them in leg 3.
Terrific 180. Travel 17. Yeah. Confident enough, wasn't he, to go straight for it. Had the option of going the bull route.
Czech Republic you require 90.
Oh, and he's missed a big number. So that does not give him a chance to take this out. And
50.
Chizzy comes back. Chizzy
20.
don't want to bring in that snatch in his throw and just pull it inside the 10s. If he's going to miss just on the outside wire. That was what I was afraid of, Stu. The way Chizzy throws his darts, if he doesn't aim on the outside, that double 10 tends to pull it on the inside.
So Karel Sedlacek for the Czech Republic to get on the board. Wow, they're enjoying it. Vociferous support for the Czech duo.
97.
Needed the last dart, didn't he? The world champion, who's found it tough going this year. A target on his back, as all world champions do. Hasn't won a tournament since that famous night, January the 1st at the Alexandra Palace, but that will come. Cross isn't panicking, and neither is Dave Chisnall. Another 180 for Chizzy.
Yes, again, it's on the setup shot as well, Stu, which is the perfect time to do it. I know the Czech Republic were a long way off, but it just eases that pressure for Rob Cross. 18 for double 16 for a 3-1 lead.
31.
Well, they're going to have another couple of handfuls of darts at the double by the look of it.
Cross looks a little edgy. Acknowledges the responsibility of pulling on that England shirt.
32.
Chizzy with the experience of this stage.
16.
Plenty in hand. But between them, the English duo have already missed 11 darts at double.
85. England, Uruguay 16.
Well, Cross, you cannot see him missing 3 darts at the double. He needs to one. That's a 3-1 lead, 2 legs clear. Just puts a cushion between those English pairing and the Czechs. Now you expect England to just kind of relax a little bit, Stu, and let them flow. I mean, 87 average. I know in pairs the averages are a lot lower, but...
well, let's be honest, England win this 99 times out of 100, don't they?
93.
They can't afford to be complacent. Great support for the Czech Republic here in Frankfurt tonight.
97.
Really good atmosphere.
Well, we're in leg 5. Chisnell's hit 218s. We've not seen a 140 from the England side, which is really unusual. So this man here just needs to step his scoring up and just get in front and then kill him off. And as I said, that he finds 3 major trebles.
Terrific from Rob Cross.
45. England, Uruguay 134.
Well, 174, followed by a 134. Well, that's how to do it in pairs. A nod of approval from Rob Cross. That was brilliant.
Well, that's how good Chisnell can be. That's why he's been in the Premier League for loads of times. Made the semis and finals of many a major. He's not been able to get over the line, has he, on a major? And has his time gone, Stu? That will be the question.
It's getting tougher, isn't it? Getting tougher all the time.
95.
308 with 6 perfect darts from Cross and Chisnell. In the first round, it's about getting the job done, but a 92 average, playing pairs, are good numbers. And they've missed quite a lot of doubles, 13 of them along the way. Sedlarczyk with a second 180.
Well, it gives them a great position to win this, their second leg. Just don't miss the big number, that's fine. He's going to perhaps have 2 darts at a double when he comes back. We've seen Chisnell take out 134. Can Rob Cross take out the 150 to finish this game off? He's not going to do that, but he needs to find a treble.
98. Czech Republic, Uruguay 52.
Double 16. And they deserve that. Sedlarczyk deserved that. And those fans deserve that. It's a break of throw, 4-2. Still some work for the England duo to do. Yeah, have plenty of experience. Sedlarczyk has played at the Lakeside Championship, plays quite regularly around Europe. Not so his young teammate Roman Benecki.
96.
At times the English have been forced to play well.
59.
Yeah, Chizzy's hit those 2 180s at crucial times to set the shots up a lot better. Is it going to be a third?
140.
Yeah, certainly Chizzy that's led the scoring power between the two.
I mean, they're doing enough. I mean, say a 94 average with all the darts that they've missed at double.
Oh yeah, that's a tidy performance. and it will get them through most of the teams that are in this World Cup. However, there are 2 or 3 that 94, 93 is not good. The Dutch being one, and Scotland being another.
Well, they took out 308 in 6 darts to win the 5th leg. 208 the target.
58.
Genuine opportunity for Sedlacek and Benetsky here.
72.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You know, a perfect first dart. All you got to do is set it up. Big numbers would have given him at least 1 dart of the double. Now, he's not going to get that 1 dart of the double unless he can get a treble with the first 2. And he may come back. They may get 6 darts from this 104. Double 12. Double 12 it is!
Wow, well done, Roman Benetsky. 112 finish.
They play England, who throw first.
Well, they threw for the match in the 6th leg, leading 4-1. Now they've been pegged back and they're thrown for the match in the 8th leg, leading 4-3. That may be enough, we shall see.
Do you know what, you go back to leg 1 for the Czech Republic. They had it in the palm of their hand and then just didn't finish it off. They only had 1 dart double, they should have had 2 or 3. England have led ever since. And now they're in total control of what will be the last leg for England.
They've been made to work for the win. It looks like being a win. Singapore in the next round. Paul Lim, the old stager, and Harry Lim coming back to pit New Zealand in the first match of the night.
Well, it's singles then, which leans even stronger for the English side. If it had been pairs, it would have given Singapore a good shout. However, Chizzy's not going to take the 1-3-4 out again, but he is going to set it up to give Rob Cross 3 clear darts at a double.
England, you require 40.
Well, Rob Cross was the king of the world of darts at the Alexandra Palace. And here, it's checkmate for England as Rob Cross finds tops and England go through to play Singapore. Big crowd here in Frankfurt tonight. They've all come to see the home nation Germany, who are coming up next against Sweden. Can they roll back the years like they did back in 2013?